Did you know that there are numbers called master numbers that have a spiritual meaning and have a certain importance? For many of us, these are angelic God's numbers, numbers that are capable of bringing us luck and prosperity, capable of changing the path of our life. One thing is certain, in all religions, these numbers are closely linked to spirituality and the divine present in each of us. And it is said that if you write these numbers on a sheet of paper and put it under your pillow, you can transform your life. By doing so, in fact, you will be able to attract prosperity, serenity, and inner peace. But how are things really? Make yourself comfortable because, thanks to the Zen story you will listen to, you will find an answer to this fascinating mystery. Additionally, you will learn about the power of master numbers and how to use them to attract what you desire into your life. And only if you stay until the end of the video, you will discover why these numbers have all this power, or what is hidden behind what seems like real magic. But before continuing, if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. This way, you will be notified when we publish new content for your spiritual growth. While the sun sank lazily on the horizon, painting the sky with fiery shades that danced on the rocks like tongues of fire, the elderly and wise monk Cato was about to reveal something unique to his disciples. Around the crackling fire, Caito's disciples anxiously awaited the words of the Buddhist monk. They knew that, once again, their mentor would amaze them with extraordinary revelations. And Caito, with his calm and persuasive voice, began to narrate an ancient story, one of those capable of opening the mind and leaving a profound mark in the hearts of each of them. In the midst of time, began the monk, mystical numbers emerged from the depths of the universe, 11, 22, and 33. Since then, their energy permeates creation, bringing abundance, prosperity, and balance. Like a rushing river that fuels life, these numbers carry with them the promise of a bright future, a future full of joy and fulfillment. The monk bent down, picking up a small sheet of snow-white paper. With precise and delicate gestures, he traced the numbers 11, 22, and 33 in red ink. His calligraphy, as fluid as a mountain waterfall pouring down the valley, seemed to leave a mark in the minds of the disciples. These symbols, he explained in a soft voice, contain an ancestral force capable of attracting positivity into your life like a magnet attracts iron. Think of these numbers as talismans that bring good luck, bridges that connect heaven and earth, portals that will lead you to a world of wonder. The disciples listened in silence, enraptured by the Master's words. Their eyes shone with curiosity and hope, like stars lighting up in the night sky. 11, 22, and 33 are more than just numbers, Caito continued, his voice vibrant with wisdom. They are keys that open the doors to the unlimited potential of the universe. And consequently, if we know how to interpret certain messages well, to the unlimited potential that is within each of us. Like magical portals leading to a world of wonder, these numbers will allow you to access an infinite reserve of energy and wisdom, an inexhaustible source of inspiration and inner strength. One of the younger disciples, eager to know more, asked, "Master Caito, how can these numbers open the doors of prosperity and inner peace for us?" The monk, looking at everyone with a broad smile, invited them to write the 3 numbers on a sheet of white paper, using red ink. The sheet then had to be placed under the pillow before going to bed, like a hidden treasure waiting to be revealed. "While you sleep," Caito whispered in a firm voice, "your mind will open like a flower in the sun. And the energy of the numbers you have written will flow within you, purifying your spirit and preparing you to receive new gifts from the universe. It will be like a rain of blessings falling on the thirsty earth. Your dreams will transform into prophecies, your intuitions into flashes of genius. And the synchronicities will become invisible guides that will lead you to your highest destiny." The disciples nodded, and with their hearts full of hope and the sheet of paper with the numbers clutched in their hands, they headed towards their rooms. The ritual that Caito had spoken about had affected them deeply, and they couldn't wait to carry it out with all the trust and faith they were capable of. Thus, in the quiet of the night, the disciples retreated to their rooms, lulled by the singing of the nocturnal birds and the rustling of the leaves. The sheet of paper with the numbers 11, 22, and 33 rested under their pillows, like a precious talisman that emanated a subtle and vibrant energy. And that night, a very strange thing happened. Everyone dreamed of something, and the dreams became vivid and colorful, full of symbols and mysterious messages to be interpreted and used as maps for one's own happiness. Upon awakening, the disciples felt transformed, as if a fresh breeze had swept away the clouds of their minds. A sense of renewed energy and profound inner peace pervaded their being, like a wave of positivity that enveloped and intoxicated them. Over the next few days, surprising events began to manifest in their lives. New opportunities knocked on their doors, like flowers blooming at dawn. Unexpected encounters illuminated their path, like lighthouses in the night indicating the route. Fortunate coincidences led them towards the realization of their dearest dreams, like shooting stars that grant wishes. The disciples, amazed and happy at these events and this transformation, went to Kaido to thank him and to ask to know more about the master numbers. The wise monk, with a benevolent smile, invited them to sit around the fire, which crackled brightly like a beating heart that united them under the same roof. "My dears, 11, 22, and 33 are angelic numbers," explained Kaido with a voice vibrant with wisdom. "They are messages sent by our spiritual guardians, precious gifts that instill hope, love, and protection in our lives. Like lighthouses in the night, these numbers guide us towards our highest destiny, illuminating the path ahead with their light." Kaido told stories of angels and spiritual guides who, through these numbers, had offered their help to people in difficulty. He talked about how these numbers were often present in prophetic dreams, sudden intuitions, and surprising synchronicities, like an invisible thread that weaves the fabric of our destiny. "These three numbers are symbols of balance and harmony," continued Kaido. "Like bridges connecting heaven and earth, these numbers help us find the right balance between our spiritual aspirations and our material needs. They are invitations to live a life full of meaning, in which external prosperity is accompanied by internal growth, giving us emotional balance and mental well-being." While the disciples listened with great interest and their hearts were grateful to their mentor for the wisdom he imparted to them, the monk taught them how to meditate on the master numbers. "Thinking of these numbers, my dears, visualize them as golden lights flowing through your body and purifying your soul. And pay attention to the signs and synchronicities that manifest themselves in your life, recognizing them as messages from the universe that guide you towards your destiny." The disciples, with hearts full of gratitude, from that day continued to constantly practice the ritual of the master numbers and meditate on them. Their life became a journey of discovery and joy, where every day was a new chapter in a wonderful story. The numbers danced before their eyes like notes of celestial music that invited them to follow the rhythm of the universe, and prosperity, like golden rain, poured upon them. The disciples, once filled with doubts and uncertainties, now shone with an inner light that radiated love and compassion. Their minds, once clouded by worries and fears, were now as clear as a mountain lake, a reflection of the serenity they had found. And one day, while they were meditating together under a fig tree, one of the disciples, with eyes full of gratitude, turned to Kaido. "Master, thanks to you and the master numbers, we have found happiness and inner peace. But there is still something we don't fully understand. What is the real secret of these numbers? How did they transform our lives so profoundly?" Kaido smiled, looking all his disciples in the eyes. "The secret, my dears, lies in faith and openness of the heart. Master numbers are like seeds planted in the fertile soil of your soul. But in reality, it is your faith that nourishes them and leads them to sprout, transforming them into lush trees that bear fruits of abundance and joy. There is no real magic behind them, but your awareness, your mental attitude, your true faith." "But how can we cultivate this faith?" asked another disciple, his eyes full of curiosity. "Faith," replied Kaido, "is not something that can be learned from books or words. It is a feeling that comes from the bottom of the heart, an intuition that guides us towards the truth. To cultivate faith, you must open your heart to love and compassion. Let your inner wisdom guide you and trust the flow of life." The disciples nodded, understanding that faith was the only key to access the power of the master numbers. From that day, they dedicated themselves with renewed commitment to the practice of meditation and prayer, opening their hearts to love and compassion. And so, Kaido's disciples continued to live an extraordinary life, guided by the master numbers and their unshakable faith.